On today's show,
Shaquille O'Neal, Allen Iverson, and Yao Ming are all headed to the Hall of Fame. We debate which legend was more influential.
Kendall Gill is here to finally settle all that trash talking he's been doing with Lee Ellis.
And we'll have your jaw on the floor with our weekend whoopsies.
It's Tuesday, April 5th. The starter starts now!
Good evening, sweet world, and welcome to The Starters. Whether you're listening to the podcast or joining us live on NBA TV or a little bit later on YouTube, we're happy to have you. I'm J.E. Skeets, and alongside me, as always, that's Tass Mellis.
Goodbye, NCAA. It's the NBA's time to shine.
Yeah, to his right, it's the international man of mystery taking it to the max, Lee Ellis.
Friend.
Lily, and last, certainly not least, over there, Starters blog editor, Trey Kirby.
Hey-o!
Hey, yo! TK, what do you got for us tonight?
Well, I'm here at the internet looking for your best tweets at #TheStarters, and there was a funny moment during this weekend's Bulls-Bucks game when Stacey King got a little mad at a fan while he was trying to read an ad.
Okay, this lady behind me is a true fan. I'm going to give her that, but she is quite annoying. I mean, she has been yelling in my mic the whole night. She is a true Bulls fan. We love you, but we might as well give her a headset.
That is annoying, and it brings us to today's question. What's the most annoying thing you've had to deal with at an NBA game? For me, it's anytime you go to a game and somebody's taken the commemorative shirt that's on your seat. You look around, you could take one next to you, but then you're no better than the shirt stealer in the first place.
You're right.
What do? I guess you're not wearing a XX free shirt that's not going to fit you anyways. Nonetheless, send us in your most annoying things at an NBA game. Use #TheStarters. We'll hear from you a little bit later.
All right, get those tweets in. Tonight, Kendall Gill is going to stop by the studio to settle a score with Lee Ellis. This has been months in the making, actually, so I can't wait for that. And, of course, we got weekend whoopsies. But we start with a little fill in the blank. No show, of course, on Monday because of the college championship. But a whole lot of storylines from the past couple days in the NBA. And we start with, this coming from NBA TV's Matt Weiner, that the NBA awards ballot, which was sent out to the media members yesterday, has both Steve Kerr and Luke Walton listed for Coach of the Year consideration. Now, Walton's inclusion seems particularly weird and maybe problematic, seeing as he was credited with 0 wins during the first 43 games that he coached. He went 39-4, but you guys remember, the NBA officially gave none of those wins to Luke Walton on his record.
You went 0-0,
Yeah,
Luke.
so it's a little strange here. So I guess fill in the blank here, Tass. Putting both Kerr and Walton on the Coach of the Year awards ballot means what?
Means they're both not going to win. Some people will vote for Steve Kerr. Some people will vote for Luke
so?
Walton. Yeah, definitely. Plus, there are so many other good options that those guys aren't going to win. How is there going to be a consensus among voters? I think that this will be brought up, and there's potential that they'll just put them together and just give you a combo, Kerr and Luke Walton.
Yeah.
That would make the most sense to me because I really do not think that these guys, either one can win it, and it's a strange scenario. How can you have 2 coaches from one team on the ballot at this point? It doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah, Luke Walton did win Coach of the Month once, so the NBA has recognised what his contribution was, even though he's credited officially 0-0. But because he coached 43 games, which is more than half the season, I think it's actually a smart idea by the NBA to at least include him and just see how people vote. Because this is a unique situation they've never dealt with before.
But that's going to take away votes from Steve Kerr as well. I just find it odd. This team is going to be the second team in NBA history to win 70 games. Could have the best record ever.
Yep.
And their coach likely won't be recognized because votes are going to be split.
But the hypothetical is this, and you sort of alluded to it there, Tess. Let's say, again, hypothetical, let's say Terry Stotts gets 80 first place votes. Or let's say he's got 80 total votes, whatever you want to call it. And then Kerr has 45, and Luke Walton somehow has like 40. You're right. Will the NBA take Luke's and Kerr's and put them together, and you would have more than, let's say, a Stotts?
So the Golden State Warriors almost win Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they would have done to begin with?
Yeah. But it's just a unique situation, and the NBA probably just felt like, well, how's the best way to handle this? Well, if we put them both there, and maybe if people feel that what Luke did for those first 43 games is worthy
I should point out, though, we don't know that that's what they're going to do.
No.
We don't know that they're going to put them together.
We'd assume that they're separate.
Yeah,
right?
that's exactly
Maybe
right.
someone should vote for David Blatt. He was 30-11. That's pretty good, right?
Maybe they're both on there. We don't know. Send us a ballot. Let's have a look.
Apparently fired coaches were on there, so you could actually vote for David Blatt.
All right, moving on. More bad news out of Memphis today. Sounds like Grizzlies point guard Mike Conley is likely done for the season because of his ailing Achilles, which has kept him out since March 6th. Now, Memphis is battling the Blazers for the 5th seed in the West, but they're currently amidst a 6-game losing streak, so things not going well. They've just been killed, ravaged by injuries. But fill in the blank. With Conley out for the season, the Grizzlies have a blank chance of making the playoffs. What is that blank?
I'm giving them a 60% chance,
Okay.
even though they are falling. It wasn't that long ago. They were 9 games up on the 9th seed, but now they're only 3 games up on the Rockets. The good thing is, you look at that bunch of group that are there. I think the Grizzlies, you can put them with the 7, 8, 9 seed. You're basically, Blazers are making it. It's those 4 teams, Grizzlies, Mavericks, Jazz, and Rockets, that are fighting for 3 spots. The good thing for the Grizzlies is those 3 teams play each other, the Mavs, Jazz, and Rockets. So somebody is going to get an L. But the Grizzlies, I think they're basically got the best hope for their last 5 games is to go 1-4. They've got a huge game tonight against the Bulls. That's their most winnable game because their schedule is extremely tough, and we'll see that in a few. I think that is their best chance, going 1-4 and hoping that those other teams beat each other up a little bit.
Yeah.
You mentioned it, the Mavericks, the Warriors twice, and the Clippers. They've got to beat to get in there, basically. So it's going to be so tough for them.
All of the teams they're playing for are sort of playing for something.
Else,
you said the Bulls game tonight. Obviously, Chicago's trying to get into the playoff race in the East, so that's huge. After that, you got the Mavericks on Friday. They're obviously battling the Mavericks right now. And then 2 games with the Warriors. Well, they might be chasing history. Any of those could still be in play for that 73rd win. And then the Clippers even, you think maybe that's one where LA's like, well, we're locked into our spot.
Yeah.
But Blake Griffin recently back from injury. They may want to just sort of, get some reps in. Yeah, and might have their
I
entire
think so.
team. Yeah.
I think so for sure. You watch them on Sunday. Blake has to get some more reps in with Chris Paul and the entire crew because he's starting slowly, and you got to be going right from the get-go next Saturday when the playoffs start.
So yeah, they could end the season on an 11-game losing streak. That's in play.
Yeah, and the Rockets don't face one playoff team other than the Mavericks. And then they also had the tiebreaker over Memphis. So it's so tough for Memphis.
And look, the Grizzlies, I think, did a great job, especially when Gasol went down, and then all of the guys they've had to pick up. They fought hard.
Yeah.
They really did.
Yeah.
The grit and grind came back there for a little bit, but at some point it catches up to you, I think, and that's what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, I think they do make the postseason, and whoever gets to face them is looking forward to facing
I
them.
would agree with that. All right, final one here, guys. The Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame unveiled its 2016 inductees on Monday. This year's class highlighted by former NBA stars Shaquille O'Neal, Allen Iverson, Yao Ming, Shaq and AI, cultural icons during their prime. Yao largely credited for the NBA's rise in popularity in China. So we'll ask you here, Lee, fill in the blank. This is a tough question, I think. The most influential 2016 Hall of Fame inductee is who?
The answer is Allen Iverson.
Is it AI?
Yeah, I think so.
You can make a case for a lot of these guys.
You
for all 3 of
absolutely
these guys.
can. The reason I picked Allen Iverson is because he influenced so many players and teammates, but he also influenced the NBA league office and his bosses. They changed the rules for him, not only on the court with the palming and the dribbling, even though it was loosely applied, and it still kind of is, but off the court, the dress code as well.
Yeah.
That was largely due to Allen Iverson. And so many kids, I think, are influenced by Allen Iverson because when you look at Shaq and Yao, they're big guys that you can't replicate. But when you're Allen Iverson, you're a bit smaller, you can still have hope to play in the league. And also, look at someone like LeBron James, who put this on Instagram a while ago. He was influenced by Allen Iverson. He wanted the arm sleeve, he wanted the headband, even the tattoos and things like that. So a lot of people found a different way to be influenced by Allen Iverson, and that's why I chose him.
Yeah, he's a guy who was just obviously very comfortable in his own skin.
Yeah.
And very flashy, and I think he was just always himself, and that's something that you see in a guy like Stephen Curry, who has said the way he saw Iverson playing the way that he wanted to play, didn't care who anybody else thought, said, yeah, I can do this too. It just taught people how to embrace their style, both on the court, the way they looked, and the way they played, playing their game, because Iverson played his game till the very last second.
Yeah.
That's why he was never really a role player, like you said, Lee.
I know, I have said that in the past, that towards the end of his career, I wish he would have embraced that type of a role. But
He didn't grow into that role,
No,
that's
he didn't,
for sure,
no.
but that's who he was,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah.
that's why you see the outpouring of emotion from NBA players. They just love the way he put it on the line each and every night. And that's why you could build a team around Allen Iverson that couldn't score for a lick, because Iverson was going to do it every single night because he threw his body around like crazy. The teams that he played with, the best player scorers around him, like George Lynch and
Aaron
Tony
McKee,
Batiste and Eric Snow, it's because this guy fought for it. And yeah, he didn't age gracefully in terms of the NBA, but that just wasn't who he is, and it's entirely fine that he's going in as a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Yeah, no player of his generation probably left a large as mark on the culture of basketball as AI. That all said, to make a small case for a guy like Shaq, we're more likely to see another Allen Iverson than we are to see a Shaquille O'Neal, in my opinion. And that's just also because of the way the game is going.
Yeah.
To see, you can sort of forget Shaq early in his career at being 7 feet tall and over 300 pounds, still how fast and skilled he was.
Yeah.
And I know you start to think of the bigger Shaq and the personality, of course, of Shaq later in his career and even in life. But I don't know if we'll ever see a Shaq again.
Yeah.
I really,
Maybe
truly
not,
don't.
yeah.
No, AI is just a little bit more relatable, I think.
Yeah, let's hear from you guys out there. Jump on Twitter, hashtag the starters. The most influential Hall of Fame inductee, a great class, 2016, going in there, and of course, well-deserved. We gotta take a break. When we come back, who's afraid of Kendall Gill?
Oh, snap!
Oh man, this months in the making. Lee versus Gill. Coming up next.
How much did he have to bend over to get to your eyes there?
Welcome back to the starters. We're joined by former NBA shooting guard Kendall Gill. Kendall, thanks for joining us.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me.
We really appreciate it because for months, you and Lee have had I think friendly, but sometimes it gets a little serious, sort of trash talking, a little back and forth going on all the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, sort of calling each other out at times over shooting.
Yeah.
Free throws, three-pointers, running. I mean, you're always in the gym working, boxing, of course, still. So we found out you were coming, of course, doing game time tonight. So it was the perfect opportunity sort of to settle the score. But here's Lee. Lee really took the trash talking to another level on a season preview show earlier this season. Let's have a watch. We want to know, are you afraid of Kendall Gill? Former NBA guard Kendall Gill, because you're jumping on Twitter and Instagram during the offseason calling out Kendall Gill, who's also been sort of calling out you.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of Kendall at all. I've spoken to him on Twitter and on Facebook and on Instagram, and Kendall knows.
All three?
Wow. It's an open invitation to come in the studio and have a free throw shooting contest, three-point shooting contest as well, Kendall.
Wow.
Right here.
You're confident you can take down Kendall Gill in at least a free throw competition, maybe 3 point.
Yeah. Well, I know Kendall's not in his 30s anymore.
Oh, yeah, this old
That's
man.
a low blow, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
God.
No need for that.
So it was perfect. You were here, as we said, the open invitation. It was real, and you guys got into Studio B, of course, the legit NBA sort of court there with the NBA three-point line.
Lee's home gym.
Yeah, Lee's always practicing. And you guys had a little mini three-point contest, and I believe, Lee, you went first.
That's right,
Now,
yeah.
Tass and I and Trey, we haven't seen the footage here. We don't know who wins. So let's see how Lee does first here with your, I believe, 10 shots. Is that
That's
right,
right,
Lee?
10
All right,
shots,
let's
yeah.
take a look.
Here we go, me versus Kendall Gill. It's been building up since the summer.
And you must realize he has my jersey on, so he has a lot of pressure on him. Even though I wasn't a three-point shooter. Go ahead.
I'm playing mind games with him.
Oh, little short. He's feeling the getting to him.
What?
Well, I think it was the spot with the most room in it where we could back up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice call.
Ooh, Lee.
Because this isn't Lee's favorite spot.
No, Lee, you're a corner guy.
Yeah, I do like the corner, but I just wanted to make it a little bit more even. Give
Oh,
Kendall a
my God.
chance.
Listen, don't make excuses for the guy.
Hey, man,
I know he's been
60%.
shooting there ever since he made this challenge to me.
And Kendall, what do you think of the shooting stroke, though? Is it
You know what?
decent?
He actually has nice form. You know, he actually should leave his hand a little bit more.
Oh.
But nice rotation on the ball. He hops forward like he's supposed to do.
Sure.
Like he's supposed to do. Good fundamental jump shot.
So 5 of 10.
5 of 10, Lee.
Not bad, Lee.
That's not brutal. Now, Kendall, we know you're in the gym a lot, obviously boxing nonstop.
Yeah.
Are you on the court a lot? Are you
Absolutely not. No,
Okay.
the last time I touched the basketball was June of last summer.
Okay.
Yeah, so
okay.
that's the last time I touched one.
Okay.
I told him that. you know.
But
Got you
you
at a
are
good
a
time.
former NBA shooter.
I am a former NBA shooting guy.
Okay,
so
and a good one at that.
So no excuses, no excuses.
So let's see how Kendall does here. Can he beat Lee's 5?
Oh, did you tell him that you hadn't shot in over a year before you started? Because that
first
probably
one,
gave him
money,
away.
First shot. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I actually did tell him, but
Yeah.
I don't want any excuses. I mean,
No.
he's a pedestrian guy, and I know he's gonna go home to his wife and kids and tell him he beat an NBA player and everything.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, Kendall!
I think it was the mental game. I was mentally
Oh, that's
disintegrated.
in and
Kendall.
out.
Because you were wearing his
Well,
jersey.
yeah, I was
here it is,
actually, I was actually intimidated because I thought I was playing against Kendall Gill.
Yeah.
So that's why I was missing all those shots.
Makes
Kendall
sense.
Gill never
Oh,
loses.
that's what happened. So we got 4 of 10. Oh,
4 of 10, though, that's pretty good.
That's
for
not
him.
bad.
I mean, I take that percentage. percentage.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, I think like
Unfortunately.
10, 15 more minutes of getting shots up, I think I would be
Yeah.
putting money on,
Yeah.
on you. To
Like I had home court advantage as well, so maybe I have to come to Chicago for round 2.
There we go. Okay, well, that wasn't the only challenge here, though, between you guys, because you guys, again, the tweets were been flying over the last couple months. And this was in December. Kendall, you said you visited your high school back in December for the first time in years. A lot of memories in this gym. Olympians, baby. So Lee, of course, sees this because he follows all you guys on Twitter. Hits you up. Can you still throw it down? All right. You responded, all day, need proof. to which Lee suggested a particular dunk from the 91 dunk contest. And of course, this is you. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, showing some hops there. Got the spandex.
And that was about 40 pounds ago, too.
Okay.
Is that a one-leg pair of spandex right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to which you then, of
90s,
course,
man.
responded, that's basic. I'll do a 360, but you have to put it on the show if I do it for you. So, of course, had you in the gym. Let's find out what type of dunk Kendall Gill was throwing down earlier today. Let's see it. We got it here.
Roll the cameras, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. Grant Hill, I heard you can still dunk. Shaq, I heard you can still dunk. Dunk off, retired players. Kendall Gill.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Hey, that was first try too.
Yeah,
That was first try.
First try, and let me be honest with you guys. I did not know I was going to come on the show, and I didn't know that I was going to battle him until about 3:30
absolutely right.
this
That's absolutely
afternoon.
right.
Okay, so I wasn't prepared for this at all. So next time, give me a little bit of time, and let me get some training going, and then let me lose a little bit of weight for the dunk. And I think I can make up all the things that I said.
I've only been practicing for my whole life for this moment.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Okay.
And Kendall, you are a fantastic sport. You're welcome anytime on this show.
Thank you, guys.
And I think we should make it a one-on-one game between these two. And then you're get.
As long as it's not a boxing match, I'm up for
Oh,
it.
let's do that too.
No. Hey, and you guys have a great show. I watch it all
Oh,
the time with
appreciate
my
it.
sons, and I really appreciate you guys having me on.
Kendall, thank you so
Totally.
much. Have
Okay,
fun
guys.
on Game Time tonight. We got to take a break. When we come back,
Thank
a
you.
can't-miss edition of Weekend Whoopsies. Don't go anywhere. Thanks, man. We asked you earlier in the show, what's the most annoying thing you've dealt with at an NBA game? Told us to hit us up on Twitter, #TheStarters. Trey, you got a few of the best answers.
Yeah, this one comes from Pasquale, and there's a lot of answers similar to this. It reads, the guy wearing an NC State jersey at a Wizards Celtics game. Not quite right, buddy.
Yeah.
Always weird, always weird. Doug Schomer says, most annoying thing? Scalping courtside seats for the first and only time. Sixers Nets. Charles Barkley got tossed in the first quarter. That's why you don't scalp, Doug. And Smith says, getting into arguments with parents because I won't give their kids the t-shirt from the t-shirt cannon. Can't you just be a nice guy?
Yeah, come on, man.
Come on, man.
You're not going to wear it. Just give it to the kid. All right.
Yeah, give it to me. Somebody stole mine.
Keep your tweets coming. What's the most annoying thing at an NBA game? All right. We had no show yesterday, but that doesn't mean we're not doing some NBA weekend whoopsies going all the way back to Friday night's ass.
Start us with a great moment here. Mari's talking about Rudy Gay play, last to touch the ball. No, I'm touching, no, I'm touching, no, I'm touching. They did a great job.
Yeah.
Mari wins.
Did he?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
did he get it?
Yeah, he got a
Yeah.
fingertip.
Did he get
Sure
it? All
did.
right, all right. Cleveland, Atlanta, Friday night. Coach Bud is confused.
He must have been watching Amari and Rudy Gay, wondering what they were
Well,
doing.
he's like, what's
You
going
touched
on
it, you
there?
touched it.
Yeah.
I like how we're enhancing this for ultimate confusion.
After a monster Marvin Williams dunk, huge.
Oh, yeah.
His bench mates, Jeremy Lin, Frank Kaminsky, they get down. Jeremy Lin goes for a swim here.
Yeah.
Almost
Oh, yeah.
looks like he's pulling a Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible move.
Does look like that. Sticking Friday night. Watch this Pistons fan sitting courtside, gets the ball.
Oh.
That's a three-pointer go.
Oh, this is the dream, man.
Yeah.
The dream would be to hit it.
Yeah.
And Reggie Jackson, what are you doing, man?
Tim Duncan is a fun guy. Don't let anyone ever tell you different. Has some fun here with Sean Elliott. Glasses, windsock, on top of the head. Sean Elliott's a professional, though. Keeps going.
Yep.
Keeps dealing.
Didn't phase him. Russell Westbrook, Cameron Payne, before the start of the Thunder Rockets game, with their pregame dancing. It's getting better.
Yeah, it is.
It really is.
Getting weirder, too.
Yeah.
I don't know who I give the win to.
I'm Team Payne on this one.
They're both
it's
great.
Feet moves.
It's miraculous Westbrook actually could dance that way because just before then, he took a ball right to the face.
In the face!
Yeah, he was good though.
Same game. Whistle has been blown, so this is dead ball here, but watch James Harden. 1, 2, for 3. No. 4.
Then Duncan, man.
Yeah. Well, I think he's trying to get some fun little spin on it there. He can't get it to go. But he gets it on there.
In Phoenix on Sunday, we had a crazy halftime performance.
Oh.
And this is just the beginning. Okay, well done.
Okay.
Wow!
I don't like
Double
that
jointed
one.
elbows or tricks. Whoa! What's going on here? iRobot.
That's so weird.
Oh, watch Rodney Stuckey just fake the machine. Watch this. See you later, Sasha. Bye.
Got him.
Got him. Yeah, exactly.
Steve Kerr needs to know a ref's name so he can yell at him, and that's where head trainer Drew Yoder comes in. Hey, what's his name? What's his name? Justin. Justin. No way!
He really ripped into the ref, doesn't he?
Justin, no way. But that's how you show a respect to the official and get some calls.
Curry in the middle of a post-game interview following that Warriors win. He spots Draymond Green, and now Draymond Green's always dropping water on him, right? Pouring water on him. So look at this no-look towel toss by Curry. Knocks the water out of Green's hand.
Nothing but cup.
I mean, that might be his shot of the season.
Wow.
Yeah, he knows it. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was loving it.
You're not pouring that water on me.
We had our 42nd wedgie of the season. They're all snowflakes because we've got mid-range shooting extraordinaire Tony Parker miss by a good
I don't count that as a
foot.
miss. That's a hit.
That's right.
A hit for number 42 as we climb.
Oh, we're getting close, boys.
2 weeks.
Hashtag we are wedgie. A lot of games on tonight. Hopefully we get one. Gotta take a break though. When we come back, Lily's very solid play. Going back to Thursday for the pick'em results, this was a huge game, of course. It came down to Lee and Trey. Lee gets the win with the Blazers. That means Trey, unfortunately, has lost the month of March. We will do it. He'll be doing his pick'em payoff later this week. We started all up again, I believe, for a pie in the face pass. We're the only one with the Grizzlies.
Tradition.
And the rest of us taking the Bulls. Tradition, you're right. April tradition, pie in the face. Lee, where are we going, VSP?
We're going to Houston on Sunday for this absolute beauty from the Oklahoma City Thunder. Look at this. Bounce pass there, KD, surge, back to Russ, then back to KD, and he just finishes it there. Not the most smoothest finish I've ever seen, but I just love all this ball movement. Anytime there's bounce passes like that, I mean, you're going to get in there. Russ, here he goes. He could have dunked it. No, gives it back to Kev. That's what I call a very solid play.
Definitely. Thanks again to Kendall Gill for joining us on tonight's show and challenging Lee to a very unfair three-point shooting contest, but appreciate him coming by.
Thanks for joining us, folks. And remember, oftentimes silence can be funnier than any selection of words.
Brace the night, people.